you're looking for. For us, the two most common positions we get people in are either this position or tabled up. It's either you got them down to here or now they table up. This is it. All right, and then they're either going to table up in the modified or they're going to table up in a full table. Okay, does that make sense for everybody? So, and normally it's going to happen with guy attacks cop, boom, 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 couple of punches exchange, guy takes off, cop chases, cop tackles, and then, oh, now we gotta work. And then normally either two things are going to happen. He's either going to hide the hands, he's going to try to stuff a gun, or he's going to try to pull a gun, pull a knife, or stuff a knife. He either doesn't want you to know he has it and is hoping he can find a way to get rid of it, or he's trying to access it so he can do you harm. All right? So, a good starting point, and just to get you used to the jonesing, is go ahead and hide your hands, and don't give them up unless you feel compelled to do so.
I don't feel compelled.
All right. Now, here's where it's different a little bit. In jits, it's okay to do a lot of work from this position. All right? And I'll turn so you can, of course, it's reading this one. It's very common to do work from this position. It's not bad. I mean, you can do a lot of things from here. In catch, in Naban grappling, which is another version of filthy, nasty grappling, and Naban was so bad that take an MMA match today, and they were doing these in the 20s and 30s, but if the crowd got bored, the crowd got to pick what weapon you put on. So I have pictures from the 30s of guys holding a crossface with a pair of brass knuckles on their hands, and they're getting ready to hammer this guy down, and you're like, wow, MMA sounds pretty lame after watching that. So that's kind of where this stuff comes from. So the idea here is, I want him carrying my weight all the time. Unless I'm making a transitional movement. You guys know this, when you do hand running and you do elbow running, he's carrying your weight. He's carrying the majority of your weight. The only way to truly make someone carry your weight is to divide their body on whatever plane they're in half. And I want to sink my hips under that plane. So I want my hips lower than a bisecting line in his body. So he's carrying my true weight. And it's how you make yourself heavier. All right, so step one is I want to sink my weight. Even without a person's, well, let me do it with you, I guess, just for fun. All right? At first, when I go to place to do the jonesing, I'm going to place the flat of my forearm on his back. That's going to hold him in place. There's 2 points in the back we work with. There is the hold down point, which is right here. One hand width up from the belt line is the pickup point. That normally when you stimulate this point, it makes the head very loose. It makes the head very loose. And a lot of times when you pop it, it's like that old game. Mama had a baby and the head popped up. Boom, the head just pops up. And you can easily cross face and make his life miserable. Okay? But again, I'm here. So I place. Now I want him carrying my weight. Right now he's carrying 90 pounds, 100 pounds maybe. But I want him to carry 210. So what I'm going to do is now sink my hips. All right? Now he's carrying my weight, but I haven't exposed the point of the elbow yet. So he doesn't really know what's going to happen yet. Right? Now, the only other trick, I'll talk from up here. In jiu-jitsu, even in regular wrestling, people who wear these shoes, what you'll normally see get worn out is the whole ball of the foot. All right? The guys who do more of the, like your Nabans, your catch-as-catch-cans, what you'll see, and another person who teaches it is Greg Nelson. If you guys know who Greg Nelson is, he's a partner of Eric Paulson's. They've known each other since they were kids. One of the best stand-up and ground technicians and teachers. But what you'll see in their shoes is that this part right here, the side of the big toe, is what gets worn out. When you want to drive someone, it's that side of the toe that drives. It's on the ball of the foot, it's just not, you're a little bit higher now. So it just puts you up a little bit higher. By going to the side and that ball, or just the side of the big toe and driving from those, that's how you flatten out your weight. So the difference is, if I was up on the balls of my feet, I'm a little bit higher with my hips. So I'm up on the balls now. Now look at how low I can get when I drop. And I still haven't exposed the point yet. Okay? So, step one is so good. Flat of the arm. Alright? Step two, get off to the ends of the big toe and sink your hips down. That's step two. Alright? Now, step three, you're going to expose the elbow now. Alright? So I'm flat and now I'm going to just roll it up. All right? And now that point of the elbow is going to be in the... It never can stay on the spine itself. So even if you were to accidentally hit the spine, it'll roll right off, and what you're really hitting are the muscles that run along the spine. But just exposing the tip of the elbow is never going to be enough. So you are now going to Jones him a little bit. When you Jones, I'm going to drive off those toes, and I'm going to rock my body back and forth, back and forth. Now here's the important thing. If you want him to do something, tell him what you want him to do. And do it in the simplest terms possible. Because if you use big words or anything, all he's hearing is the Charlie Brown teacher with every now and then. You know, it's wah, 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 hand, wah, 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 now, hand, now. I got that. Here's the hand, here's now. Okay, please stop that. All right? It hurts. All right, so here's how it begins. If Kevin was down and I wanted his hands out, I get him in this position and I want to keep him in this position. Forearm, stick the hips, expose the elbow, bring it in. All right? Again, it's not fun. I'm not going to lie. You made it a full 2 seconds. If you're looking for an 8-second ride, this ain't the way to do it. Now, some people...